Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Beyond Limits podcast. I am excited to have another episode for you, and we are discussing the fastest way to collapse time. So this was a question that was submitted. And if you have a question you'd love me to feature on the podcast, we will leave the form down below where you can submit your question and I just might answer it on the podcast. But today's question was very simple, very direct, and it's a topic that I'm always asked about. And the question was, what is the fastest way to collapse time? So that's what we're diving into today. When it comes to collapsing time, the number one thing I want you to remember is that it's not about doing more. It is about coherence. So what does the word coherence means? Coherence means that what you are doing and who you are being is in congruency, right? Is a quote unquote match for that version. But it's not a match for that version in terms of this is the almond milk she buys and this is the lip gloss she wears or the outfit she wears. That stuff is all good and fine, but it's very surface level. And chances are you've kind of graduated beyond that and you're doing all of those things already. Coherence is really about all of the micro adjustments that are happening when it comes to the safety in your nervous system and the power in your nervous system. So your nervous system is only going to allow you to receive that which is safe to you and that which you are not bracing against, you are not performing for, you are not feeling like you have to earn it. And this doesn't mean you don't take action and you don't do things. But what this means is that who you are being in the crux, right? In those really moments that count, have to be a congruent, have to be a match. Where people normally falter and get caught up is that they're doing all of the right things in terms of drinking the almond milk she is, the matcha she has the same morning routine, the same outfit. But when it comes to embodying the prices, when it comes to your body language when you show up, when it comes to your power or your presence when you walk into a room, that's when it dims, that's when it shifts, and that's when you slip out of congruency with that version. And the thing is that it's easy to embody that version when you're doing those surface level things. It's a lot harder to embody that version in the moments that count, right? In the moments where someone's projecting onto you, in the moments where you have to hold your prices, in the moments where you are getting something reflected in your reality that might make you behave in a different way. What I see a lot of the time is that people start to behave in this way in their reality that it's reacting to their reality instead of responding to it. And they're letting that which already is, right, the evidence they see around them as the barometer for whether it's working, as the thing as to whether the timeline is here or not. And the thing is that you will never collapse time if you are still reacting to your reality. I will say that again. You will never collapse time if you are still reacting to your reality. I want you to actually audit all of the ways that you are still reacting to your reality. And when I do this with clients, they are always mind blown by like the hundreds of ways they are still reacting, not leading their reality in their day-to-day life, right? You're reacting to how someone perceives you. You're reacting to an email. You're reacting to someone says this is too expensive. You're reacting to a number in a bank account. You're reacting to this. You're reacting to that. And not only are you reacting to that, but you're letting that actually influence how you behave, how you show up, how you speak. Right? In order to be the one who's collapsing time, you have to be that leading frequency in your life, which means you need to stop full force no matter what reality is showing you, no matter what the outside is showing you, no matter what, is happening. You are not taking that and letting that dictate how you feel, how you experience your life and business, and how you move. So I want you to think about, is this influencing how I feel, how I experience, and how I move? If anything in your reality is doing that, then you are not going to be able to collapse time. Because let me tell you, the version of you who has that thing or is in that place, that income, that house, that relationship, that insert XYZ, whatever you're trying to collapse time on, she's not reacting to that. She's leading that. But what happens is that when you are in this constant reaction mode to it, you are reinforcing it. Every time you react to your reality as that is what's truth, you reinforce it. You're going to say, but Liv, how can I not reinforce this reality? How can I not react to it? Right? And this is not about being delusional, right? You may have heard of the whole delulu trend or being delusional. That still actually implies that it's something miraculous, that it's something that's not normal, which actually triggers your subconscious to be like, this is something out of the ordinary. This is something that's not typical for us. No, you want to collapse time? You want to normalize it to the system. You want it to feel like, oh, yep, I'm brushing my teeth in the morning. Not like, oh, I'm being delusional. It's delusional to make this type of money. No, it's the standard. I expect this. Of course I do. This is normal to me, right? Because the second you put something outside of you, right? The second you put something on a pedestal, you're like, this is delusional. This is miraculous. This is something outside of me. You create this separation. And when you create separation, you cannot collapse time. Right? We think about collapsing time. You are collapsing separation. That's all you're doing. Collapsing time just equals collapsing separation. You cannot collapse separation if you perceive something as outside of you, right? If you put it on a pedestal, if you put it on a hierarchy, if you put it as something delusional, oh my God, this is a far shot. There's a slim chance of this happening versus, no, this is the standard. This is normal. This is my everyday. This is just how it gets to be. But when you bring together, right, if you're reacting to that, but if you're reacting to your reality and you're not embodying it, right, if there's this square peg, round hole energy, you say you want this thing, you say that you're this woman, and then the chance happens to actually show up and embody her fully, and you flinch and you brace and you react to the reality, or you check if it's working, right? This is the third aspect I want to bring in. We talked about the fastest way to collapse time is A, not having any separation. B, normalizing. C, I guess we're on the fourth thing, not reacting to reality. And 4, not checking. If you're collapsing time, what I see so often is women slow that down by checking. They're checking to see if it worked, checking to see who has responded, checking if the reality has caught up yet. You should be so locked into your frequency and your movement that you actually do not have time to check. That you post the thing, move on, do the thing, record the thing. You're just off living your life. You're vibing, you're embodying it fully. You're not looking over your shoulder to see if Sally, Susie, Karen, whoever has validated it. You're not there checking to see if the money is there. You know it's there, right? When you know something, and you know it to your core, right? And there's full coherence in your body, you are not checking because it is known. Why would I check if I know it to be true? So I really want you to start asking yourself, because when you bridge together, right, this not reacting to your reality, this operating in coherence, in all the little micro ways, right? Not just when it's easy, like the lip gloss or the matcha or the almond milk, but all the ways it really matters. And you bring that into coherence and you know it to be true, and you step into the fullness of your power, right? Where your nervous system is no longer bracing or flinching or checking or reacting to anything outside of you. And instead you become the leading force so strong in your life, so strong in your personal power that things can be operating, the fire could be going off. It doesn't matter. You're locked in. You laugh. You're like, haha. No, you don't take that to be true. Instead of something happening and that makes you doubt, that makes you hesitate, or that throws you off your frequency, you're like, I know better than that. Or like, I don't believe that. You're so locked in. If I were to tell you that you were a blue monkey right now, you'd be like, that's not true. That's the same level of coherence, conviction, and power that you need to have in your everyday life. So when it comes to the fastest way to collapse time, it's actually not what you think. It's not reacting to your environment. It's operating in full coherence, getting out ahead of it, right? Beating that leading frequency, that leading force, and becoming so undeniable that you don't need anything outside to validate you. You're no longer checking. Combine all of those things together and you cannot help but collapse time. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave the 5-star rating and review for this podcast. Submit your question down below for the next Q&A, and I will see you guys in the next episode. If you're loving this podcast, click follow on your favorite listening platform. And while you're there, give us a 5-star rating and share an episode you love with a friend so that they can live beyond limits too.